Hello, everybody. This is Q on behalf of Mixherbs.com. And today I want to talk to you and give my views on Mr. Madness himself, Tommy Sotomayor. And I want to talk a little about race relations here in America. So let's get to it. One of the things that I want to say, I know it might come as a bit of surprise to some, but some of the things that Tommy Sotomayor talks about and what he does, it finds offensive to some people. Some of the language that he used and some of the views that he have and towards African American women in general, dark skin. He plays on the race issues a lot. Um, some of the things, you can look at it in various ways. Tommy Sotomayor appears to be from the videos a very smart guy. He also has an audience and he shares a lot of views pertaining to what goes on in the news. So from that perspective, I mean, you got to give him credit for what he do. He's articulate and he speaks his mind and he's not afraid to put out the information that he puts out. So you got to give your respect to what he does. So after listening to quite a few videos out there on him, I mean, I must say, I don't have nothing against him. I think what he does has a voice for some of the people, for his audience that he has. He has a lot of followers, a lot of viewers, and he creates the type of atmosphere and the information that he puts out in the news, and his views are coming from his perspective. So, hey, I can't say anything bad about Tommy Sotomayor. He does what he do, and he does it well. So I give hats off to what he's trying to do. I mean, he has this movie coming out, Fatherless America, and he's raised the money to put that out. Give him props on that, and I look forward to checking out the movie. Now, some of the issues that the backlash that he does get, I mean, I can see. I'm coming from another perspective. I'm gonna come from a spiritual perspective because I look at you know the type of energy that is put out from what he does. So plays on the race issue a lot. So what happens with that type of energy that it goes out and that some of the people are gonna get angry from what he says because like I think he talks about the women, some of the black women have the hair hats and talk about some of the black women being angry, and different things that went on in his childhood too. So a lot of the things reflect some of the things that he had been through throughout the years and throughout his childhood and his upbringing. So he's just giving his perspective on that. And when that energy goes out, sometimes it comes back to you in a way that it was given out. So some of the people who may have taken some of the things that he's saying, too hard and too and it hits home for them, they're gonna lash out. And then what happens with that race relation thing, and now that he has the situation with the new girlfriend and he has, which is what he says is she's white, and that's gonna create a whole nother particular energy. So you have the people who's gonna be angry at that and look at the parts where he was talking bad about the black community or the black women in general, giving information saying that they are, some of the problems and issues that go on in the community stem from some of the ways that the black women portray. And so now that he has his white girlfriend, that's now going to create a whole nother level of problems and hate that's going to be coming at him. So a lot of that is all, it's just energy out there. It plays its part. Everything happens for a reason, and that's one of the things that's coming about. So, I don't wish nothing bad on nobody, and it's just it comes with the territory on that. So, in a sense, if you look at everything from a point of view that what he does, he has his audience. Some people love him, some people gonna hate him. So it's just a love-hate relationship that's gonna go on. But it creates that dynamic that creates the type of drama that's gonna attract a lot of people. So it's one of those things that come with the territory. So I can't hate on nobody that's doing what they do. Hey, he's doing him, and he's doing it well. So hats off to him. Now let's look at race relations in America. If you look at race relations as it is going on now, a lot of it still goes back to the root based on the slavery days, based on the dynamics of inferiority and superiority dynamics. So a lot of people say, slavery was a long time, but it's all in the genetics. It's all ingrained still in a lot of people, and it still plagues us today. Because when you look at the dynamics, you had the government, you had the institution, and everything had laws in place that made that particular situation happen. And that particular situation still is rooted in a lot of issues that people see today. And then you have the media that actually played into that part, and still play into it to a degree on those type of issues. So it's like a victimhood type situation that puts like the black population into certain blacks anyway into the victimhood consciousness. So it's all a mindset. It's all in the mind that you have to free yourself in a situation. But as time goes on, you have to work on yourself to get to the point that you see yourself and view yourself in another way. So let's look at it from this standpoint. Race relations went on. You had the Jim Crow laws, and now you're up to today, and you're actually free to do, and you have laws out here that makes everybody able to do and have and own what they want. Whatever you desire, it's up to you. So things are different in that standpoint, but the mindset is still there, that's rooted back into the days where you had all the things going on with the institutions and the laws that was in place. So to move forward, you have people on race that still feel like you can't do this or you can't do that, and you shouldn't do that, that looks bad. And you have like the white community that made some of the people based on that still have that superiority complex, and you still have blacks that's going to have that inferiority complex. So everybody has to work on themselves when it comes to having a level of one, seeing everybody in a point from a spiritual point, we're all one. So if you look at it from that standpoint, then you have to come up to the higher chakras and realize that the whole creation, we chose to come down here to have a particular experience, and that experience deals with separation in a sense, because we all separated to a particular race. We chose to have certain parents. We chose to be in a certain group of people. We chose to have a certain skin color and so forth. So we all did this in a sense to have a level of expansion. It's all about expansion and growth. But from a higher spiritual point of view, we're all one. So as you go along, you start to see that a lot of people are rooted just on a physical level here. They only see that this person done this to me, or this group of people done this to me, and now at this point I'm not able to reach the level that I might want to reach because of my history or because this person is trying to keep me down and so forth. So it all at some point has to come within. You have to look at the situation and work on yourself and build yourself up to a point that you're able to look beyond the different issues that you may have in childhood or your upbringing or that was done that happened in history by a group of people. So as blacks, a person will have to really work on yourself. Everything happens for a reason, and it's all based on energy. So if you look at it, some of the things that took place, if it's history, it was supposed to take place. So it was like that event that happened for a reason, and you have to get the lesson from it and move forward. But the thing that's going on today is people don't realize that when something is traumatic happen and a person goes through something, you can't really put a time frame per se on how long it takes for a group of people or a segment of people to heal from some type of trauma, because healing takes place on an individual level, and one person may heal from some traumatic situation in 10 years. It might take somebody else 20 years. It might take somebody else 30 years. And as a group of people, that could take 100, 200 years or whatever. So you really don't know the time frame that it would take to actually heal from a situation. You have to just work on yourself as an individual, and the faster and quickest way possible that you can heal for something will be great. You can look at that situation, get the lesson from it, and then move forward so you can pull out your greatest potential. And I will touch base and mention about some of the tools you can use, like chakra balancing. If you get into the chakras, we got the seven chakras, that energy. You can have an energy level blockage, because all of this is dealing with energy. When we put out energy, the energy that we portray, and everything is in motion. So you can always make a change. And so work on yourself, do some studying, research, get into balancing those chakras, and you will greatly heal from any situation. It's within you. And so as blacks and whites, both parties have to heal, look at that and get a lesson from history and move forward. So as a collectively, we can all work together, because we are all dependent on one another to this expansion, this 3D realm, and this growth that is taking place. You're able to see the difference between where we used to be to where we are today. So race relations in America have improved, but there's still a lot of healing that needs to be done. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Peace.